Ever wondered what happens when the family outcast decides to fight back? Meet Alex, the brother who was disowned after his siblings used him as a pawn in their shady business scheme. Years later, Alex resurfaces, not as a victim, but as a mastermind. He's about to turn the tables in a way that will leave everyone questioning who the real villain is. Alex's siblings, Mark and Julia, once convinced him to sign off on documents for a business deal he barely understood. When the scheme unraveled, they pinned the blame on Alex, cutting him off to save themselves. Humiliated and betrayed, Alex disappeared from their lives, but he never forgot the injustice. Instead, he quietly gathered evidence, waiting for the perfect moment to strike back. Years later, Mark and Julia are thriving, their past misdeeds buried, but Alex has been watching. He discovers they're about to launch a new venture, and he sees his chance. Using his knowledge of their old scheme, Alex forges documents and plants digital evidence, making it look like Mark and Julia are orchestrating a fresh round of fraud. The trap is set, and the stakes are higher than ever. The authorities receive an anonymous tip, complete with forged emails and financial records implicating Mark and Julia. Investigators swarm their offices, seizing computers and questioning employees. Mark and Julia are blindsided, unable to explain the damning evidence. Panic sets in as they realize someone knows their darkest secret. Meanwhile, Alex watches from afar, satisfaction flickering in his eyes as his siblings' world begins to unravel. Desperate to clear their names, Mark and Julia dig into their past, trying to figure out who could be behind the setup. They suspect rivals, but nothing adds up. The evidence is too personal, too precise. As the investigation deepens, they start to turn on each other, old resentments bubbling to the surface. Their once unbreakable alliance fractures, just as Alex intended. Alex's plan is nearly flawless, but guilt begins to gnaw at him. He remembers the pain of being cast out, but also the moments of laughter they once shared. As Mark and Julia's lives spiral, Alex faces a choice: reveal the truth and risk everything, or let his siblings pay for their betrayal. The line between justice and revenge blurs, and Alex must decide what kind of person he wants to be. In the end, Alex anonymously sends Mark and Julia the evidence that could clear their names, along with a note. Now you know how it feels. The siblings are exonerated, but their relationship is shattered. Alex walks away, not as a villain or a hero, but as someone who reclaimed his power. Sometimes, the greatest revenge is forcing others to confront the truth about themselves.